Welcome to Bunnyfish Crafts. I'm your host Heather, known as Bunnyfish on Ravelry and Plurk. This is episode 30. Today is Monday, the 3rd of June, 2013. Grab some sticks and string and come sit with me. We're back on schedule! Yay! I'm actually recording on Monday like I wanted to. So that's all. That's all I have for that. I'm proud of myself though for getting on schedule today. My week was, it was okay. The big thing was that I cleaned the carpets, and that was really boring. And we went to a graduation party for one of Steve's cousins. Cody graduated from high school, so we went to a high school graduation, and that was kind of weird, but not bad weird, but next year will be my 10-year graduation anniversary, and those kids didn't seem that much younger than me. So, I don't know. I almost jumped into a conversation that they were having, but then I was like, no, I'll let them have their conversation about adult subject matter without giving them actual adult feedback. I have a couple thank yous. My friend Anuska, she does the Sweet Dutch Handcraft podcast. She sent me the Royal Iris by Melissa, Meltran Designs, for my birthday, a late birthday present. She lives in Sweden, but she was in the Netherlands for the past couple weeks. So when she got back, she sent me the present, and I'm really excited. Everybody else in the VKN, not everybody else, but a lot of people in the VKN have been making those hats, and I really want to make one too. I'm not sure when that will get on the needles because I'm not really wanting to make a hat right now, but I'm thinking it's going to be sooner rather than later. Also, last week, I forgot to say, I'm pretty sure I said thank you to my friends, my VKN friends, for sending me an Etsy gift card for my birthday, but I totally forgot to tell you guys the awesome poem that came in the email when I got the gift card, and I really wanted to, but this time I wrote it down, so I'm going to read it. Happy birthday to you, dear friend. We hope your yarn shopping never ends. From us all to you, now go hunt for things green and blue. That just made my day. Obviously, my friends, they know me. So that's fantastic. I haven't decided what I'm going to spend my Etsy gift card on yet. I'm still looking around. There are just so many things that I love that it's difficult to narrow it down to a $25 purchase, 25 or less sort of purchase. I mean, I could spend more, but I want to figure out what I want to spend the $25 Etsy gift card on and then go from there because I'm sure more things will be bought. Into the temperature craft along. So I've been working on my project. Have you been working on yours? Have you started? It's okay if you haven't. You have time. So this is what it looks like. Last week it was all the same temperature. I don't think you can see the, maybe you can see the stitch better now. It was all the same temperature, but yesterday it was a different temperature bracket. So I got to add in my second color. And I think today it's going to be this second color again. The temperature craft along is you document temperature change or anything weather related, really, whatever you want. Designate certain things to be certain colors and then knit or crochet something. You could even spin. I think that would be really cool if you had like several different fibers and then took like a chunk off of them for the day and spun that up. That'd be really cool. I would like someone to do that. I don't have enough different fiber colors to do that myself. Okay, I'm gonna stop thinking about it and I'll think about it after I record. Yeah, so first weekend, this is how far the socks are. They're going to be thigh highs when they are done. If you are new and have questions about it, there's a link to the Ravelry thread with the information in it. And you can PM me if you have questions or leave a comment on the blog with a question and I'll fill you in. Also, started the one skein craft along, and I don't even know what I'm looking for. This right here. Okay, started that. We had a VKN on Saturday to start it. Anna and I were there, and then nobody from the group showed up, but that's okay because some of my VKN friends showed up, so that was good too. I've heard back from one person in the group that they would like to try a VKN again, so I'm going to try to set up another one soon. I hope you guys can join in. If you add me on Google Plus, then you can just add me right from the thread that says video chat. You can click on that video, and I think it will pull up that I started it. So you should be able to add me from there. But if not, just send me a message and we can be friends, and I will definitely post again in that same thread if there's another chat. But I started my project for the One Skein Craft Along. I am using the Mountain Colors Crazy Foot in the colorway Mountain Tango. Attack! Attack! I always feel like I'm going to be attacked in the car when I'm working with DPNs. They make me nervous. Because what if the airbag goes off and they're just pointed the right way? That would be a lot of damage. Anyway, I started the Zipper Lexicon pattern, which is by Kirsten Hall, and Haley gifted that pattern to me. So this is how far I am. This is my little first hexagon swatchy thing. And it's not very big, so you can't even tell that when it grows up it's going to be a pair of socks. But oh my goodness, when this grows up it's going to be a pair of socks. I can't even express how cool I think these socks are going to be. I'm really excited to work on them, but I had to set them aside, so I didn't get much done. I only did that one hexagon, and I didn't work on it yesterday because there was a graduation party and other things. On to the things that I did get done. This is why I didn't finish that. I was doing a test knit for Josh Ricks. He has a new mix pattern that's called the Rock Strata, and they're awesome. There they are. The pattern tells you to make them exactly the same, but I decided to reverse the colors because I thought that would be awesome, and it is awesome. I love these mitts. This pattern is a really, really great pattern and really fun too. Josh agonizes over his patterns before he sends them out to test knitters. When you get them, they're practically perfect. There's just little tweaks here and there, little things that it's easy to autopilot through, which obviously that's why you have test knitters, so that they don't autopilot through them. So he is, or he did already, do a photo shoot for this pattern today. So that means it will be coming out soon for you, and I will definitely let you know when this pattern is out. It's really, really fast. I made one mitt one day and probably could have finished both mitts, but as I said, we went to that graduation party, so I was saving the second mitt for the graduation party so I could do it there. So again, I don't know why. I can't make them line up when I'm not looking at them, I guess. So they're beautiful. They're perfect. Well, they're not perfect, but they're perfect for me. I used Karen 1 pound in Forest Floor as the green color, and I think the blue color is called Teal. I could be making that up. But these mitts are for me because I am planning on making another Josh pattern. It's not really a pattern, I guess it's more of a formula, but a scarf in those colors plus another color for winter. So that's for me for next winter. I didn't tell you what needle size I used. I used a size 7. I don't remember what that is in millimeters. I'm sorry. I also finished the Forest Lawn Socks. The design is by Jenna Meyer. That was also a test knit, and I will tell you when that is available. I used Mountain Colors Crazy Foot in Firestorm and US size 2, 2.75 millimeter needles. I don't have them to show you because I finished them on Saturday, and then yesterday Steve was like, I'm going to wear those to the graduation party. And I don't know where he put them when he took them off. They turned out really, really nice. I really liked the pattern. They worked up pretty quickly once you did a repeat, maybe 2 repeats. You didn't have to look at the pattern anymore because it was in your head. Well, it was in my head. I guess I shouldn't assume about your head. And I think there was something else that I wanted to say about the pattern. Oh, you do need to know your foot length in centimeters for it. Just a heads up. It's not a big deal. Grab out a ruler, measure your foot, or look up a conversion chart online if you can't find a tape measure. I think that would make it a little difficult to measure your socks as you go, though. I don't know. Now I'm just talking to talk. Finished one more thing. This is a dragon. Oh, it's so big. See, there is the dragon for Kenny. And I know you can see the stuffing through it, but that's okay because you can see it right there, but you can't see it so much in person, even when I'm looking at it from where the light is. So this is another Dwendrick the Dragon by Lisa Tomko. This is clearly just the week when I only want to knit things that my friends decide, by the way. So, it's by Lisa Tomko. Extremely Originals? Extremely Designs? I can't remember. I didn't write it down this week. I don't know. It'll be linked in the show notes. I used Red Heart Super Saver in black, and this was the whole skein, mostly. Most of a skein went into this dragon. And if I had done the extra bits, like 2 sets of ears instead of 1, and 2 sets of wings instead of 1, and horns, then it would have been an entire skein of Red Heart Super Saver. Lisa told me the story of how this dragon was made, how this dragon pattern was made. And the story is, she was camping or something, and they got stuck, and she couldn't go anywhere, but she had some green yarn and a crochet hook, so she just made a dragon. And then she didn't go anywhere else, so she kept crocheting, and then she kept crocheting, and then she kept crocheting. And so it ended up being a huge dragon. Look at how big this is. That's the dragon eating its own tail. That's huge. It's bigger than my face. I am going to post this to my nephew today. I wanted to hold it on for the podcast. I don't even know if it was finished on Sunday. I don't know if it was finished on Saturday. So I don't know if I could have sent it on Saturday. Maybe. I can't remember when I finished it exactly. I'm sure it's on my project page. Maybe not, though. I don't know if I made a project page. I finished it before this month started, so I could have sent it, but I wanted to show you guys how awesome this dragon is. Are you terrified? I hope that this holds up for a full year so that I don't have to make them dragons before their next birthdays. The nephews with their dragons. Okay, I'm going to put this down because clearly I think it's a play thing, which it is, but I should be talking to you and not playing with the dragon. On to works in progress. I did some spinning, but very little. I spun 20 minutes maybe this week, so I didn't bring down my spindle to show you. I'm still doing that all spun up fibers, the 100% superwash merino. It's still gorgeous and I still love it. I just didn't spin that much. Part of it is because last time I recorded it was Wednesday and today is Monday, so that is not a full week. Part of it is because, I don't know, I wanted to get the mitts done. I needed to get the dragon done. My children are crazy. Plus there was a lot of after vacation stuff. You know how you need to get things back on schedule. So there was a lot of that. I worked on the Zipper Lexicon sock, which you saw. I started that. And The only other thing that I really put in any time on, I did like 2 rounds on the Nebula sock, but I did 2 rounds on a sock, so whatever. I did put in some quality time on Haley's socks though, which are right here. And I'm using the owl stitch markers that I won from Penguin Soup, and it's better when you're not looking at the back of the owls. They're so cute. This is the Gandalf sock pattern by Claire Ellen from the Fellowship of the Sock book. And I am not through a chart repeat yet. Almost getting close to the first repeat done, and then I might start the heel immediately. I'm not sure, but I'm thinking I might because Haley wears her socks pretty short, and I'm thinking once I get to the end of the repeat, that will be a long enough length for her, and then I'll start on the foot. So maybe if I work diligently on these, they can be done next week, because that's a pretty short sock. Maybe not though, who knows? Depends on how diligent I am. I'm not sure because last week was just not a great crafting week. I mean, I guess it was pretty good since I did finish a pair of socks and some mitts and a dragon. I just feel like I didn't do a lot of crafting because there was so much cleaning and organizing and bleh. And I feel sad that that's all that I have to show you in works in progress. Better next week. It will be because Nerd Wars started, and you know how things happen when Nerd Wars starts. I cast on all the things, and I work on all the things, and then we get to the month, and I'm like finishing all of the things. So that's where we are right now. Not because of Nerd Wars, though, because Nerd Wars didn't happen last month, but that's where we're going to be. I am using the mitts as a Nerd Wars project. So Josh sent me the pattern to test knit sometime last week, and I was like, well, I'm not going to start until the 1st. I finished them this morning, like woven the ends this morning. They were done last night, but laziness on weaving in ends. So onto the sock yarn blanket, which did not get a lot of love, sadly. I only did 2 squares. It's because I had it upstairs instead of down by my computer for VKN time. VKN time is really good time for making squares on my blanket. I only did these 2. They're still Haley squares. I love them. That's all I did. My blanket's getting really big though. I'm actually going to hold this up so you can see what I did last month. I mean, it's still small, but I feel like it's huge now compared to what it was when I started. You see? Can I even get it all on screen? I don't know. Can you see it all? Oh, there you go. That's like the height of it. And I'll just show you all the way across because it's beauteous. Need to get working on this again. I do so well with it for a while, and then I stop doing well on it. I don't know. It's a long-term project, though. I knew that going into it. I got some new things this week. I was in a swap for the, you remember the gray leg warmers that I made ever ago? Well, I made those for a swap partner, and my package arrived last week. This is only a partial bit of the swap because she also ordered me a book from my Amazon wish list, which will be here in the mail today. Yay, tracking. So I don't know what it is. I could go to my Amazon wish list and be like, reveal the secret, but I didn't want to because I wanted it to be a surprise. I'm really excited. Can't wait for the mail to get here today. Here we go. These are what she made for me. Oh, they're so beauteous. And it's in the low 70s, so I could actually try them on today. I haven't tried them on yet because it was in the 80s, and that's way too hot, but it's low 70s. So I'm going to try these on today and see how they fit. I don't remember the pattern off the top of my head, but I'll put it in the show notes so you can know in case you want to in case you want to make it. Because the lace is really, really pretty. And it's got this really cool crown on the calf. Oh, there you go. No, I'm just not doing well at showing you. Anyway, I think it's called the Lady Elizabetta or something. I can't remember. Show notes, it is. So that's what she made me. And then she's getting me that book. And then wait to see. Just wait. These are the other things that came in the package. This is from Lantern Moon. It is a little crochet hook for picking up stitches when you drop them, or, you know, fixing, whatever. And it comes in this little carrying case so that it doesn't get banged up. And it totally was used last night. It's out of the package because I realized as I was working on Haley's socks that I had knit in the chart. There were 4 stitches per sock that I had knit instead of purl for 8 rounds. So I had to drop down those stitches and fix them. And I used this to fix it. And then, wait for it, this part is going to be amazing. She got me sock blockers. I have sock blockers. So next time I have a pair of finished socks and Steve doesn't steal them away, I can show you socks on sock blockers. It's okay though, because his socks are a little bit too big for these sock blockers. These are made for like my size feet, not his size feet. I did put them on the sock blockers to show my friends that I had sock blockers and also to kind of show off the pattern, but the pattern didn't work really well for his. You know what? I'm going to see how they work on these socks. Let's see. Are you ready? I know, I'm kind of wasting your time, but I think you're used to that from me. Ooh, that's nice. So there you go. Sock on a blocker. These are really long socks, so the blocker doesn't go all the way up. But I'm really excited that these exist, so I can show you what I've made. And then next week I'll show you the book, because it should be here today. I have been reading Rose Madder by Stephen King. I'm getting close to the end. Plan to finish it this week. I'm on 292 out of 490-ish. Oh no, 470-ish. So it's going pretty well. The Stephen King twist has been thrown in. It wasn't there last week when I started reading it, but now it's there. It's pretty good. Still graphic and violent. The protagonist ran away from her abusive ex-husband, and he searches for her and continues being abusive to other people. So if that's sensitive for you, don't read it. If you can get through reading that sort of thing, though, I am enjoying the story a lot. I don't read a lot of Stephen King. I think I've only read like 4 or 5 of his books, but I like this one. Oh, I haven't been reading A Clash of Kings, but I have it on audiobook, and my plan is to go upstairs and spin while this is processing. So I'll listen to a little bit this week. It'll happen. I don't have a 3 things for you this week. My brain feels a little exploded today, honestly. I'm worn out. I don't know exactly what it is, but I just think I haven't been sleeping really well this past week at all. Steve says that I'm not sleeping well. Like, I go to sleep at a decent time and wake up at a decent time, but I don't feel well rested when I wake up. So my brain feels a little explodey. Oh, that's my kitty walking by my shoulder. That's my personal kitty. That's Ducky. And Molly's on my other shoulder. She thinks she's my personal puppy, though I don't have a puppy. She actually belongs to the children. She thinks she belongs to me, though. She's been in my face all day. Like, I was reading in Ends, and she was like, "Hi, pet the puppy, be my friend." And I was like, "Seriously, get your face out of my face." She was like, "No." So now she knows that I'm recording, so she's over there on the couch doing whatever. So I don't have a 3 things. Sorry, babble. But I am going to tell you, I only gave you 2 things last week, so I'm going to continue on. This didn't take place on my birthday. This took place a week before. Yes, a week before my birthday. It was the last day of high school. I got out of class and I went and hung out with Mary Lee, who is a year older than me, so she didn't have any class. And one of her friends picked us up and we went driving forever. Oh, like for 2 hours to go pick up somebody who was going to go to this concert with us but didn't end up going to the concert with us. And we were in a van that didn't have seats, and we were told that we had to lay down so that we didn't get pulled over. So we were laying down the whole time reading in the back of this van, like a minivan, not like a creepy van. It was a minivan, but still we were laying on the ground and there wasn't like anything on the ground to lay on, like a blanket. Oh, kids in high school are dumb. We do stupid things when we're young. But anyway, so we went to this concert and we showed up later than we had anticipated because we went out of the way to pick up these people who didn't end up going. It was a concert for the band Orgy. They were not my favorite band, but my favorite song still is by them. It's called Stitches. And I'll put a link in the show notes in case you're not aware. It's definitely not for everybody, but it's my favorite song ever. I can't even exactly explain. I can kind of put it into words why I like the song, but not really. Anyway, so we went to the concert and my sister was there. And she had been there from the time the doors had opened. And if you bought the new CD and it had a sticker on it, the new Orgy CD, it was Punk Static Paranoia. Is that right? I think so. If you bought that CD and it had a sticker on it, you got to meet the band. Well, by the time we got there, all of the CDs with the stickers on it were sold out. And I was like, wow, I could punch the guy who had been driving us around for 2 hours. Like, we got lost and stuff looking for these people. They lived in middle of nowhere, Michigan. That was back when I lived in Michigan. So anyway, we were at Harpo's, for those of you who know Michigan. Not the classiest of concert places, but whatever. We went. I don't remember who the opening band was. I could go check my high school journal, but I didn't think ahead. I do know that there were 3 bands, and the middle band was Godhead, and while we were there, they were signing autographs in the lobby in between their set and Orgy's set. So I went out and got their autograph, because why not? Band signing autographs for free? Of course you get it signed, just in case. I had a purse with me that had pens in it, so I had them, and it had note cards and stuff in it, so I had them sign the note cards. And then the guy from Godhead was like talking to me and my sister, and I looked really cute that day. That was back, when I was 17, so obviously my body was more awesome than it is now. And I was wearing like a halter top thing. Yeah, halter. That came up here, tied around. It was cut on the edges. So all of this that I have covered today was exposed, except for this right here. That was covered. And I was wearing a really short skirt that had shorts built in underneath. So yes, it was a skirt, but it didn't look like what you expect a skirt to look like. And I may or may not have been wearing fishnets. I'm thinking not. Probably not, because it would have been pretty warm. But I was wearing some really awesome boots that I had borrowed from Mary Lee that had like 4-inch platforms, and my hair was green. So I thought that I looked pretty awesome. And apparently the guy from Godhead did too, because he was trying to talk me into going backstage. And I assume that all the tales of going backstage are the same. So I was like, no. Like, he was trying to get me and my sister to go backstage, and I was like, we're minors. We can't. Amanda, have you forgiven me for that moment yet? Because she was pretty upset when I said that we couldn't go backstage because we were minors and we had to go be home for curfew. And then he was still trying to talk to me, and then Orgy came on stage, and I was kind of talking back, but mostly watching the show, and he was like, well, I'll see you after their set. And I was like, okay, sure. So then I went and watched their show, watched the set, and it was amazing. And the encore piece was Stitches. And at one point, some guy in the audience, the way that Harpo's is set up is there's the stage, and then there's no pit or anything. The stage is like, I don't know, 10 feet off the floor, maybe? 8 feet? And then for this particular show, there was no pit area. In some shows, they set up guardrails for a pit, but this show, there was no anything. So Amanda was like in the mosh pit because she's way more hardcore than I am. And also, I was there to look cute, not to be in a mosh pit. Being in a mosh pit is fun, not when you're wearing short shorts and orange platforms. We're about to be invaded. Okay, where was I? Mosh pit, I think. So Amanda was in the mosh pit, and I think Paige Haley that's a member of Orgy, threw a towel out into the crowd and like into the mosh pit, and there were like 4 girls going crazy trying to get it. And Amanda won because she is the lizard queen. And so she took that to get signed. After the set, I went back to the lobby, waved to the guy from Godhead, but he was talking to somebody, so I didn't really want to get asked to go backstage again because, no. So I emptied out my purse because Amanda was going to go meet Orgy. And I was like, see if you can get them to sign this. So she took it, and we waited. With me and Mary Lee both had our hands full of my stuff that lives in my purse, because if you carry a purse, you know how those things can be black holes and collect all the things. So we waited. Amanda went through the line, got some stuff signed, talked to the band, and this is the exchange as she told me. So she had the towel with her that she had gotten, and she got complimented on that. One of the band members was like, I saw you in the pit and you were scary, in a good way. And then she had them all sign my purse, and they put happy birthday on it. She talked to the lead singer, Jay Gordon, and said, my sister Expletive loves you guys. And he said, tell your sister that we Expletive love her too. So they put they wrote happy birthday on my purse because she told them that my birthday was coming up and that I hadn't gotten the ticket. And they were like, you didn't give your ticket to your sister whose birthday was coming up? And she was like, no, obviously. So she got my bag signed. And here is my bag. This is a purse that I made in art class, and it is awesome. And you can see, yep, oh, good, ha. It says Orgy right here. I'm pointing backwards. And then their names are written in black and silver Sharpies. And I think the only one that you can really see is Ryan. But maybe you can see Paige too. You can't see the other ones. Window, sometimes you are not my friend. But yeah, it was really cool, and I'm pretty sure they also complimented my bag, but I could be making that part up. I don't care if I am. I choose to believe that they complimented my bag, and they told me happy birthday, and they said that they Expletive love me. So that was an excellent birthday. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. There's my daughter brushing her hair while she should be in quiet time. But what do I know? I'm just the mom. Thank you for joining me. I hope you made something fantastic with your sticks and string. I'll see you next week. Goodbye. You want to say goodbye?
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.